order with all members present. Pastor George Magdalani from Hope Chapel will be doing the invocation today. And I'm going to be asking Ronnie Manson to please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance for today, sir. Please stand.
Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, Council, staff. Folks, would you pray with me and acknowledge God? Father God, we do want to acknowledge your presence this evening, and we thank you for your peace that you offer those that trust you, Lord. And Lord, you tell us in your word to trust you with all our hearts, to not lean on our own understanding, but in all our ways to acknowledge you, and that you'll direct our paths. So we thank you for that direction tonight, Lord God, as we trust you. We thank you for the city and the good things that you're doing here. As your word says, you who began a good work, you'll carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Lord, I pray in addition to prosperity in our commerce, I pray for the souls of the people in this community, Lord, that you would draw them to you, that they would come to know you, the only true God. Lord, we commit all the citizens to you. We thank you for our elderly. Pray that you bless and protect them, especially as the days heat up. Lord God, we pray that you would just be with them in a special, personal way. Thank you for all the children of our community, Lord. Pray your blessing and protection upon them from the time that they're in their mother's womb to the time that they're launched out in life, Lord. And we thank you for those that serve and protect us. Pray that you would protect them as they protect us, Lord. We thank you for our awesome police department. Continue to use them for your purposes, Lord God, as they humbly serve and thwart evil and crime in this community, Lord. Father, we thank you for those that you've raised up to serve, our mayor and our council. Pray that you bless them tonight with a wisdom that's beyond theirs, that they would make decisions in line with the proven principles of your word, the scriptures, Lord, and that decisions would be made that honor you, glorify you, and benefit every person in this community. I personally pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Allegiance to the
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Welcome today to the April 9th, 2019 regular meeting. As you know, a couple of incidents took place in the city of Hawthorne on Sunday. In the course of those incidents, one of our officers was hurt, shot in the leg. And we ask you to keep him in your thoughts and prayers for a speedy and full recovery, okay? Then another incident, a young lady, a mother of a child, passed away also. Both of the suspects were captured, and we ask that you also keep her in our prayers. I mean, we need to focus on her also because the family's lost, so please keep her, her son, her family in our prayers. So let's just have a moment of silence before we start the meeting. Thank you, guys. At this time, I would like to call Business License Director Frank Feng and Ms. Shannon McMurray to come up for the fireworks drawing. Are you guys ready? Everything ready to go?
Through the chair, council members Montero and Toledo would like to both make a statement.
Oh, okay. Okay, sure. Let's hear it.
All right, I go first.
Yes, go ahead, Councilman Montero, and then Councilman Tayeda.
I would like to announce that I have decided to excuse myself from item number 3 on the City of Clerk consent calendar concerning the fireworks drawing. My recusal is because there is a possibility that I may have a conflict of interest. The conflict arises because I am an officer of a nonprofit that has applied to be a certified applicant qualified to participate in the fireworks drawing to receive a permit from the City of Hawthorne. I could be affected by item number 3 because I received compensation from my nonprofit. It should be noted that all of the fireworks proceeds will solely benefit the nonprofit, not personally. In order to avoid even the appearance of conflict of interest, I have been strongly advised by our city attorney that it is in my best interest for me to step aside from this matter Therefore, I will not be participating in this agenda. Excuse me?
Thank you.
I would like to announce that I have decided to recuse myself from item number 3 on the city council consent calendar concerning the firework drawing. My recusal is because there is a possibility that I may have a conflict of interest. The conflict arises because I'm an officer in a nonprofit that has applied to be a certified applicant qualified to participate in the fireworks drawing to receive a permit from the city. I could be affected by item number 3 because I receive compensation from my nonprofit. It should be noted that all the firework proceeds will solely benefit the nonprofit. In order to avoid any appearance of any conflict of interest, I have been strongly advised by our city attorney that it is in the best interest for me to step aside from this matter. Therefore, I will not be participating in this agenda item.
Thank you.
Let the record reflect that council members Montero and Toledo have stepped off the dais. The business license department has also asked me to indicate to them that there were only 8 applicants for the fireworks drawing this year, which means that all 8 that applied will in fact get a fireworks booth. However, the drawing will occur only to determine which group gets which location. So without further ado.
Quick question. South Bay Universal Child Development Center, are they located in the city of Hawthorne? Oh, awesome. Oh, okay. Yes. Go ahead. Please proceed.
Okay, so we're going to enter Hawthorne Moose Lodge, Manita Garden Improvement, District 37 Little League Baseball, South Bay Universal Child, and Hawthorne Lennox Rotary.
Can you give it another spin? That was just like half a spin. Come on, guys.
There you go. There you go.
Jesus. You're like tall, like strong, and you can't even turn that thing more than once. Half a turn.
Okay, so for the 4th pick, the first is VFW, the second is American Legion, the third is Wounded Heroes of America. The 4th will be Hawthorne Moose Lodge.
The one I get. Oh no, just bring it back.
Okay. Open. The 5th location will be District 37 Little League. Okay. Shuffle it around. Shuffle it around. There you go. Okay. The 6th will be South Bay Universal Development Center.
It's proof that he's turning all that squeaking. You guys hear that? All right. That's proof.
The seventh location will go to Manita Gardens Improvement Inc. And then eighth will go to Hawthorne LAX Lennox Rotary. You want to take it out and show them that that's what that is? We will meet outside in the lobby. We'll pick your locations, and then we'll forward it back to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Let's give the recipients a round of applause. Can we get the two
Arnie.
council members?
Can you get the council members, please?
Mr. Clerk, please read the guidelines for oral communications.
During oral communications, speakers shall have 3 minutes to state their business. The Brown Act prohibits the City Council from providing a detailed response or acting upon any item not contained on the agenda. The governing bodies as a body shall have the discretion at the close of oral communications to refer your remarks to the city manager for study, investigation, report, and/or recommendation.
Serena Josel, or Josel? Can you please correct me in your pronunciation of your last name, please?
Serena Josel.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor Vargas and members of the City Council. My name is Serena Josel, and I'm here tonight on behalf of Kaiser Permanente South Bay to share some information about our new Target Clinic located at 2700 West 120th Street. The clinic, which opened in November, is small but mighty. It's located next to the pharmacy and offers high-quality care to both Kaiser Permanente members and non-members. We opened this clinic because we know that our patients lead busy lives, and we want to make it as convenient as possible for them to keep themselves and their families healthy. Patients have access to more than 85 services at this location, ranging from vaccinations to school physicals to care for chronic conditions such as diabetes or high blood pressure. A full list of services is available on kptargetclinic.org if you'd like to check it out. Target clinics accept insurance coverage from Kaiser Permanente and several other health plans, and guests can also choose to pay out of pocket. The Hawthorne location joins 16 other Target clinics across Southern California with care provided by Kaiser Permanente. They're all open Monday through Friday from 9 to 7 and on weekends from 11 to 4. Walk-ins are welcome. We're very happy to be here in the Hawthorne community. We currently have over 30,000 Kaiser Permanente members in this area, and we hope that this clinic will help them to access care closer to home. We hope to build on the success of this Target clinic with the opening of an outpatient medical facility in the city, tentatively planned for 2022. As more details about that office become available, I'll be sure to keep you all in the loop. We're still in the early stages of finalizing what kind of services will be available there. Thank you for your support as we work to extend services to our Hawthorne patients and members. We look forward to partnering with you to improve the health of the community. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation, Ms. Josel. Welcome to the community.
Thank you.
Tell people it's an inside Target.
What?
The clinic is inside.
Oh, yeah,
Target,
just
so-
to clarify, the clinic is inside Target. Can you please just clarify once more exactly
Yes,
the
that's
location?
correct. It's inside Target itself. It's right next to the pharmacy.
Excellent. Thank you so much once more. Francisco Sanchez.
Early evening to everybody.
Good evening.
I already had a conversation with Mr. Montero about the parking, and it's still the same. Instead of having this solution, I have more parking tickets here that the pseudo agents, a bunch of kids, they act like a rascals, writing tickets without thinking twice. And also the department here not providing what we want or what we need instead. They send us to contact this place where you have they send this, and they don't care about that. Is that how you want to solve the problem with the parking? Sending more of these pseudo police officers to harass the residents of the city? That's the idea? I will just leave the question for you.
Bob Jensen, Hawthorne Historical Society.
I bring a lot of people with me.
You got one person on the card, though, so.
That way, they're going to. I'm speaking.
Okay.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council.
Thank you, sir, for being
I'm Bob Jensen.
Thank you
there's
for
the
being
light.
here. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm Bob Jensen, the president of the Hawthorne Historical Society. I have here Pam Fees, Hawthorne resident, her whole life, vice president. I think you all know Dick Hume, and we have Lee Leonard. We represent the board, and we just wanted to come in and tell you that May 11th, we have our Hall of Fame induction dinner, and Hawthorne Historical Society has been doing this now for 5 years. And we'd also like to invite anybody in the city of Hawthorne to come to our museum at Jim Thorpe Park, located at 14100 Prairie Avenue. And we're open on Tuesdays and Saturdays from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. And we're hoping to work with the city for the 100-year anniversary and also Good Neighbors Day, which we'd like to start planning for August or September. And I know Alex had mentioned that he was interested in that also, so we still look forward to working with the city on that. Thank you for the time.
Thank you. So again, that's going to be Saturday, May 11th, correct?
Correct.
At the Ayers Hotel, which is in Hawthorne, not in Manhattan Beach. They're acting silly sometimes over there. At 6 o'clock, from 6 o'clock to 10 p.m. Thank you once more. Pat Donaldson?
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, City Council. Patricia Donaldson, President CEO of the Hawthorne Chamber of Commerce. I'd like to announce that April 18th, we'll be having our first breakfast mixer for this year at the Marriott across the street from 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. And I hope that all of you can attend. It's April 18th. They're going to lay out a beautiful breakfast for everyone. And we'll have a 50-50 drawing, and we will have gift baskets from Total Wine as door prizes. I'd also like to thank the Hawthorne Police Department and the chief for what they did with Trader Joe's, because my oldest daughter was inside Trader Joe's when the shooter happened, when that happened, and she called me and said that they ran into the back of Trader Joe's and they were locked in there for a few hours. But thank God everybody's okay. And then the last thing I'd like to do is we have a new chamber member. Her name is Lucy from State Farm. I'd like her to come up here. We're going to give her a plaque, and then she's going to let you know where they're at and what they're doing. So this is Lucy from State Farm Insurance, and I want to present her with a plaque. She's a new chamber member, and you can go ahead and give your name and tell everyone about you.
Thank you. I wasn't prepared for this, but hello, good evening. I'm Lucy Gomez. I've been a resident of the city of Hawthorne for about 17 years now. I am with pride and joy to tell you here that I have opened my own State Farm agency here in the city of Hawthorne. I am the only Hispanic Latina in the city of Hawthorne to open a State Farm agency. I just opened it February 1st. My doors are open. I want to be able to provide insurance and financial services for the community. I want to be able to help the community understand what they have and the value of having the proper insurance. I'm just here to try to... Oh, I am located on the corner of El Segundo and Inglewood. Address is 12824 Inglewood Avenue, Hawthorne, California, 90250. And I'm just here to try to make myself a pillar for the community, use my platform to be able to assist high school students as well, and to make some money with you guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Welcome. And your grand opening is still the 20th?
Yes, it is.
Okay, at 10 o'clock. All right. Melissa Siegel?
Good evening, Mayor Vargas, Mayor Pro Tem Valentine, and Council, and also the City of Residents. So wonderful to be here tonight. My name is Melissa, and I've lived in Hawthorne for close to 40 years now. I would like to invite you all to Hope Chapel Hawthorne for our Easter Sunday service at 10 a.m. We'll have a wonderful children's program and brunch after the service, and we'd love for the council and the community to come. The address is 13560 Hawthorne Boulevard, behind Hawthorne Hardware, and parking is also behind SAS Fabrics. So if you have any questions, please call the church at area code 310-970-9023. Thank you. And also, I live in Hawthorne, and I just want to thank our wonderful chief and police. We're right up on Broadway. They do such a great job, and we just thank you for everything that you all do. Have a good evening, and I'd like to pass these. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else wishing to address the city council? Please form a line. If not, okay, how many people do we have? 3 people? All right.
Hello. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for the opportunity to speak to you all in regards to the issues that I'm having in the city of Hawthorne. My name is Renee Aguilar, and I am a property owner in Hawthorne, California, specifically on 142nd Street. I am the owner of a small 3-unit building that is surrounded by large apartments. Trash has been an ongoing fight since I bought that property years ago. In an effort to fight that trash problem, I have solicited the assistance of my tenants, the city, the trash company, and other owners on that block to fight the problem. I have paid an excessive amount of money over the time to fight the trash problem because I have been hauling the trash on my own and soliciting Republic Trash to help me. After all this time, the city has finally decided to get involved, and it does not appear to be a viable solution. It penalizes the owners and does nothing to curb the littering problem. The city's solution to the problem is to send city officials to canvass the neighborhood and to find whistleblowers to call them to alert them when there is trash out on the block. I, unfortunately, am still a part of the working population. I police my property because I am required to by the city of Hawthorne. If I do not police that property on a daily basis and there is trash left out there, I am held responsible for the trash that is left on the city's property, not mine, and I am giving a monetary citation in regards to it. As the citations are issued, the monetary value of them increases. I have asked, I have called and talked to people, and I have asked if we have people that are notifying you their trash is out there, why are we not, as the owner, notified so that we can collectively work with the city to get the littering resolved? The trash company is, I have used the surplus account with Republic for years because they know of the littering. The city has got involved and told them no longer to do that for me. So that leaves me paying for it. And I'm trying to come to you all to see what we can do to solve the problem. We pay taxes, but the taxes do not cover the trash pickup. From my understanding, the city is contracted with Republic Trash, but it does not pick up abandoned trash unless we call to have it picked up. I don't really have a way of knowing because I'm working and I don't live there. If my tenants are not calling, my tenants have had run-ins with the people that because they're out there trying to canvass the area to get the trash picked up, so that's creating a problem. The trash is on the city's property, not mine. It is on the current property that belongs to the city. The city is contracted with the Republic Trash, but they do not pick up that trash. Throughout the last month, I have incurred 3 infractions. Every Monday, there's a dresser on my property. I have 3 units. My tenants are not getting property every week. The city is doing nothing to address that. It is not the best solution to penalize the owners and robbing us of the pride of owning in the city of Hawthorne. I have talked to the owners of the other owners to resolve the problems and to work with the city to come up with a resolve. I've been told that the owners can identify the person's littering, then they can be resolved of the financial burden, which comes with a fine. If we can't identify the owner, then it is our problem, not the city's. If we cannot come with a viable solution, can we at least explore putting cameras up on 142nd Street so the city can see who is littering on their property on the city street? Thank you for your time.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the North Hawthorne Community Association, I would like to thank all the community members that came out to our annual Easter egg hunt this past Saturday. Over 200 were in attendance, including the parents. Everyone had a great time, especially the Easter Bunny, who was able to join in on the fun. Parents got to take photos of their children with the Easter Bunny. The kids that attended not only participated in our fourth annual Easter egg hunt, but also had fun getting their faces painted. And they were able to work on some really fun projects. The event was a success, and the participation of our neighbors who came out to join us at Eucalyptus Park this past Saturday made our event so special. We couldn't have done this without the help of a lot of special people. First off, North Hawthorne Community Association would like to thank our mayor, Alex Vargas, our council member, Alex Montero, and council member Mike Tayeta and Olivia Valentine, a councilwoman, donating to and helping in the success of our event. We would like to also thank Republic Services, who donated all the Easter eggs and the baskets with prizes. Also on our list of thanks is for Lisa Aguilar, who set up the arts and craft table and tirelessly worked on all the crafts for and with the kids, and also donated Easter eggs for the egg hunt. Our North Hawthorne Community Association team worked really hard last Friday to stuff 950 eggs with goodies and getting all the baskets ready for Saturday. We take pride in doing these events that help build our community to be a tight-knit family. We hope that we can continue to count on your support for next year. Every year, our Easter egg hunt grows in size. Parents and children alike have started to look forward to this event, which makes us happy knowing that we have started a small Hawthorne tradition. Thank you once again on behalf of the North Hawthorne Community Association Board. God bless.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, council members, city staff, and neighbors. My name is Kyle Orleman, and I'm the chair of the Hawthorne Veterans Affairs Commission. I would like to thank you for giving us the opportunity that you gave us 2 weeks ago to address the council on the issues that are affecting veterans in this area. And I would like to tell you some of the consequences of your actions that evening. When we brought to you the fact that there was a naming conflict about possibly changing the name of the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, which is a memorial to World War I veterans, since it was not agendized, you were not able to do anything official on that moment. However, you immediately jumped into action and sent individual letters addressing the Coliseum controversy. Those letters were very, very welcome by the people that were involved in it, and that involved a lot of extra press time. So we were featured on a number of the major news notifications on the stations, and we were also featured in the LA Times last Sunday. The result of all of that is that Hawthorne is very much on the radar in this area as being veteran-centered and supporting of our military and veterans community. As you know, this Saturday, the Veterans Affairs Commission is going to be hosting a big Veterans Benefits Day at the Hawthorne Memorial Center. It will be starting at 9 in the morning, and the official program will be going on until 1 o'clock, and then there's some lunch involved. What has happened as a result of your advocacy on the Coliseum issue is that we have been approached by a congresswoman from another state who has been getting quite a bit of press recently on a number of issues. She is Hawaii Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard. She is serving her 4th term in the U.S. House of Representatives. She's been a member of the Homeland Security and Foreign Affairs Committee and is currently serving on the House Armed Services and Financial Services Committee. She also continues to serve as a major in the Army National Guard. She has deployed twice to the Middle East, and she's one of the first female combat veterans ever elected to Congress. She's been a strong support to veterans and their families and is championing legislation that addresses the unique challenges that face and those committees or those groups and supports the benefits and care that our benefits have earned and deserve. So, as a result of her becoming aware of what Hawthorne has done on veterans issues, we were approached this week by Congresswoman Gabbard, and she will be rescheduling her agenda for this week and will be making an appearance and will be speaking at our veterans event on Saturday. She is speaking as a member of Congress and on the veterans issues. She will also be addressing burn pit and toxic exposure issues, and she will be speaking as a member of the veteran community. So she will be coming and speaking at the beginning. As a result of that, we're going to have a great deal of additional press coverage. I will know more tomorrow, but I believe we'll have representation from the LA County Board of Supervisors and the Veterans Advisory Commission and Military and Veterans Affairs, in addition to a number of the other organizations and entities that are already speaking. We'll have a number of service officers there, so if people have claims with the VA, there will be updates on all of that information. You can find more information about it on the city website and on the memorial board, and also we'll have stuff out here on the table. Please come Saturday. We look forward to your attendance.
Thank you. I don't see anybody else. I declare oral communications closed, so ordered. Mr. Clerk, can you read the consent calendar, please? The first part of it, please.
Which section? Just the
7 items, please.
Got
The
you.
7 items.
Got you. So, Mr. Mayor, I have 7 items on my consent calendar for your approval. Item 6, approval of waiver of full readings of resolutions and ordinances on tonight's agenda. Item 7, City Treasurer requests approval of the warrants. Item 10, resolution number 8061, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, proclaiming April as Sexual Assault Awareness Month and Wednesday, April 24th, 2019 as Denim Day in Hawthorne. Item 11, resolution number 8064, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, ordering the Director of Public Works, City Engineer, to prepare a report for the Street Lighting Maintenance District of the City of Hawthorne for fiscal year 2019-2020, as required by the Streets and Highways Code Section 22622. Item 13, resolution number 8066, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, proclaiming April as Distracted Driver Awareness Month. Item 14, resolution number 8067, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, establishing 20-minute parking restriction in front of 13904 Inglewood Avenue. And item 15, resolution number 8068, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, authorizing the city manager to execute an amended parking license agreement between the City of Hawthorne and SpaceX for the non-exclusive use of 40 parking spaces at the Memorial Center for adoption.
Move to approve.
Oh, just a clarification. I'll take your motion to approve, but item number 12, again, once more, was pulled. That's resolution number 8065. There were some questions. Okay. So item number 12, if you're looking at home or if you're looking in the audience, item 12 has been pulled. So your motion is for all other items with the exception of 12, correct?
Correct.
Second. It's been moved. Yeah, moved by the Mayor Pro Tem and seconded by Councilmember Awad. Please vote.
The vote reflects Mayor and City Council voting yes.
Thank you, sir. The next item, please. Item 16.
Yes. Now is the time and place for a public hearing regarding the Housing Authority Annual Plan, fiscal year 2019-2020. Housing Department's declaration publication filed. No written communications were received.
Anybody want to speak on this item? If not, I'll declare the oral communications on this item closed. Go ahead. Do we have a presentation on this? No, no presentation. Okay,
You have to vote.
You have to vote.
Okay, I thought there was going to be a presentation, but okay, I make a motion.
Second.
Please vote.
The vote reflects mayor and the city council voting yes.
Item 19, please, sir.
Ordinance number 2175, second reading. An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, amending Chapter 10.20, Traffic and Parking Control Devices, Signs, and Markings of Title 10, Vehicles and Traffic, to the Hawthorne Municipal Code relating to parking regulations for adoption.
I make the motion.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Please vote.
The vote reflects mayor and city council voting yes.
That was okay. Item number 20, please.
Okay. Ordinance number 2180, first reading. An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, repealing Chapter 3.20, Purchase of Personal Property and Services, and reenacting Chapter 3.20, Purchasing System and Contracts for Public Projects, to Title 3, Revenue and Finance, of the Hawthorne Municipal Code related to establishing a formal purchasing system and procedure for public works contracts, and repealing Chapter 3.24, Sale of Surplus Personnel Property, for introduction.
I move to introduce the item. Thank you, Mr. City Clerk. Mr. City Manager, your consent calendar, please.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have only one item on my consent calendar, item 22, for your approval.
Which is the fireworks drawing pursuant to the, we're approving the fireworks.
Through the chair,
Go ahead.
can Mr. Montero and
Oh.
Mr. Toledo step off
You
the
guys
dais?
gotta, yeah.
Again.
Yeah, I mean,
We're
it's-
going to excuse them.
Yeah,
Let's go.
okay.
All right. I make the motion. Please vote.
The vote reflects mayor and city council's voting yes, without the vote of Montero or Talleda.
Okay, thank you. Can you please let them know to come back in? Because it's soundproof over there. They cannot hear anything. It's like one of those like game show things, right? They go behind the wall, can't hear anything. Okay, thank you guys. At this time, we have discussion action items. Number 25, to amend the code to state that anyone caught littering will immediately be fined $100 for the first offense. That's okay. I'm not going to say anything. I'm kind of already started
All right.
putting
So,
my 2 cents. Go ahead, Mayor Pro Tem Valentine.
all right. Thank you, Mayor. So litter has become a huge concern. We had someone come up, during oral communications to speak about the littering issue. It's become a huge concern to the residents and businesses of Hawthorne. I have walked the streets in Hawthorne and in certain places, such as Van Ness, 119th Street, Hawthorne Boulevard, Inglewood Avenue. I'm constantly seeing the results of people carelessly throwing cups, papers, wraps, and people have also reported that furniture has also been thrown out on city property. I initiated an ordinance several months ago which requires shopping centers to maintain a cleaning schedule, but it is not enough. The shopping centers need help. They need cooperation from the public. This proposed ordinance is meant to stop the proliferation of litter and make residents and visitors aware that they also need to take responsibility for the cleanliness of their city. The fine is $100, and it is already state law, so we do not need to amend the ordinance. However, I would like for it to be placed on the signs so that people are looking at the sign and reminded that if they litter, they will be subject to a $100 fine on the first offense immediately. Hopefully, this will be a reminder that litter is not going to be tolerated. Signs should be placed in key areas where shopping takes place and key intersections as decided by code enforcement. So may I have some discussion on that?
Absolutely. So this is already state law, but it states here on your action discussion item to amend the code. Amend the code.
But
if
we're
it
not,
already-
that would,
Can
okay.
you explain? Yeah, please clarify.
It's not going to need, I found out after that it's not necessary to amend the code. The code is, we already are under state law, so there already is a fine under state law for $100 for the first offense of littering.
Okay.
So it's not necessary to amend the code. However, it is necessary to place it on the signs. So here's what the code says. Under California Penal Code 374.4A, it is unlawful to litter or cause to be littered in or upon public or private property. A person, firm, or corporation violating this section is guilty of an infraction. First conviction is a fine between $100 and $1,000 and at least 8 hours of litter cleanup. Second conviction, fine between $500 and $1,000 and at least 16 hours of litter cleanup. Subsequent convictions, fine between $750 and $1,000 and at least 24 hours of litter cleanup. So there is a progressive fine involved under California law. My issue is to let the public know about it. I'm not sure that they do. And I think that we need no littering signs throughout the city, which I have not seen.
Which one of our divisions would be responsible for enforcing this? Is responsible for enforcing this?
My recommendation is that you let staff study it and get back to you in terms of what are key areas and what the cost of this would be to the city's general fund. And then we'll bring it back as a report to the city council.
Sure. Well, I'll let her decide what she wants to do with their item. But can you answer my question?
Public Works.
Public Works. Okay.
Regarding signage?
No, enforcing this.
Enforcement is not public works, it's code enforcement.
Well, I'm talking about the cost of placing the signs.
No, sure, but
Are we placing
She needs
signs?
to decide what that. But I have an active question on the floor.
Okay.
And
because I don't know what signs you're talking about. Are we placing city signs on
not
commercial
the sign,
property?
the issuing the fines. That's public. That's the code
That's code
enforcement.
enforcement, yes.
Code enforcement.
Yeah.
Can our police department also actively participate in this?
We will get back to you on this.
Okay, so those are our questions, but
All
since
right.
it's your item, we defer to you.
And as far as the signs are concerned, yes, I understand that there's a cost involved. I think that it's worth the cost, but I defer. I don't want to cause too much of a burden on the general fund, and so consequently, I'm very mindful of the fact that there is a cost involved. So I would like for there to be a study to find out exactly how much would we have to pay.
Through the chair, if we are talking about installing signs in the public right-of-way, it is a possibility. We can get back to you. We identify and then we can. But otherwise, on some private properties, when you talk about littering, like well-known areas, I don't want to mention any names. We are not allowed to put signage in private properties.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. I'm talking about the public right-of-way. Yes.
Sure.
Well, through the chair.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, I agree with Ms. Valentine because we do see a lot of littering all over the place. Not just in private property, but on the sidewalks. Constantly we see that, and even we need to educate our children too. The high school kids and the middle school kids, because they also sometimes they leave all the McDonald's bag, the cups all over the place. So we would definitely have to create like a social media campaign about telling people about not to do littering, in Hawthorne, because we want to clean up the city. So I do agree that we should do the study and the signs. I think we should put some signs somewhere on the right of way. So I agree with that. Thank you.
And I agree with the social media campaign. Who would be responsible for that?
Our city clerk.
Is that right?
And
Okay.
also, if you like
Wonderful.
cable TV, also.
All right, that'd be fine.
There's a PSA out there that you could grab that's out there right now that I kind of did a while back.
And I think that's a
younger-
good idea, especially for the young people who respond to what they see on social media. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, to the
Councilmember,
chair,
yes.
yeah. You know, they have a lot of groups that go clean the beach and things of that nature, and that might be something that you can promote within the school system to try to, you know, pick a particular project and see if you can get that started somehow. I don't know what the, you know, what the contact person would be, but, you know, get these kids active and make them feel like they're part of the city. So yeah, because we always see the trash, we rarely see who threw it.
That's true.
You know, so you know you can walk in any parking lot at a market and find trash all over the place, but you never hardly ever see anybody throwing it. And so catching them is a little tough, but you have to enforce it and you have to try.
I think the warning that they know that if just seeing it there $100, I think that's kind of a deterrent.
Might make
just
them
having
pay
it in
attention.
their face like that.
Yeah.
Councilmember Montero.
Yeah, Council Talidas brought something that actually some of the kids from the key clubs, you know, from the Kiwanis Club of Hawthorne, from the Math and Science Academy actually have approached me. They want to come up with a day of we can do cleanup, you know, like street cleanup. So we're trying to figure it out when that's going to happen with the key clubs and the interact kids. So all these kids that belong to different clubs in high schools, so they actually are thinking about doing a cleanup. So I'm just trying to figure out when we're going to do that because we need to get the trash company involved, you know, to give us bags and all the stuff. So the logistics is coming. So we were going to do definitely a cleanup, and we're talking about maybe Rose Grand Avenue, Hawthorne Boulevard. So we're going to do something soon.
All right. So yeah, absolutely, and we just gotta realize that there's we gotta change the culture of keeping not keeping the community clean, littering, and making sure that the culture, the attitudes towards what do you do with your trash, okay? We need to make sure that we change that. I mean, there's a reason why the state government has said, you know what, we're going to do away with giving away plastic bags. We're going to sell them, just a deterrent to give the plastic bags and to give the bags at the shopping centers. They don't give them out anymore. You have to pay for them. So people have to take their own bags, etc. Because people don't know how to take their trash and put it in the trash can. That's the only reason. That's why it's happening there. People just don't know how to do that. So I think starting off with our kids and the adults, showing it, demonstrating what's proper, what you do with the trash, put it in the trash can. So it's just a cultural thing too that we need to change. And it happens in a lot of neighborhoods. We're not the only ones that have these issues, but I'm willing to entertain this idea and see how effective it could be. So is that your wish to be able to put it to study? Can you also have the chief of police give us, Arnie, if you could tell us how many times code enforcement has actually issued tickets in the legal confidential?
Okay.
Just so we can get an idea of what our enforcement has been. And legal confidential for the city council to look at.
Can I just ask Arnie something else?
Yes, go ahead.
To the chair, Arnie, since you're going to do the study about the signs, when you go to some other cities, they have the signs, but also they have like this little trash basket in the poles, like the electric poles, or some of them have like a little trash basket, so people would put the trash, but it's not like the city, trash cans, but they have those on the electric poles and utility poles.
Edison doesn't allow that, Councilmember Montero. But, the issue is not because that will trigger another issue because we have trash cans in other places. Now now you're talking about increasing the cost. Now it's going to be a cost to the city for trash pickup services at those locations, which we already do. We have. On Hawthorne Boulevard, you just mentioned, we have those trash cans, especially next to the bus shelters. On El Segundo Boulevard, there are trash cans. But unfortunately, as long as people don't feel the guilt inside that I shouldn't litter, you cannot overcome even with 1,000 more trash cans.
As I understand.
Through the chair.
When do you, through the chair, when do you think you'd be able to have that study for us?
It is not really like a study report. All we need to do, maybe I can talk to you, Mayor Pro Tem, to see which areas you have in mind, and then we can come up, because there is another issue which is called sign pollution. So because there are all kinds of signs, street sweeping signs, traffic regulatory signs, street name signs. So then we can come up, I can discuss it with you to see, okay, how many signs are we talking about? Then all there is to that study is to just multiply by $400 piece. That's how much it costs.
Okay.
To acquire it and install it is about $400.
And there are no grants available for anything like that?
We can talk about it. We can talk about it, yes.
All right, I have a question. What is the fine right now? Is it $100?
It starts with $100, yeah. And then
Can
it
we have the
escalates.
first offense be 300 or 500?
That's for city attorney. No, that's
Why not?
We are general law city. You have to go by a state law.
Oh, the state? Okay. Oh, state. Okay, here we go again. Maybe they should take our feedback up there for once, and not just do what they want to do.
It will increase, first time, second time.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that if somebody has a creative idea on how to get the children involved, and that way kids raise money for all sorts of things. They're going camp, they're buying jerseys for their football team, they're in front of the market, they're this or that. They get the parents to pay for everything. I'm going to run around the block, $5 for every time I go. If you get somebody comes up with a few programs like that, and just kind of try it and to see if you make it fun, you might be surprised at what can be done. But it does take a little ingenuity and a little creativity and some motivation. So, somebody who has contacts with a lot of kids, if you need some help with that, I'd be happy to help, because I think it's, you put the kids to do something.
Same here. If you need help getting that together, I'd be happy to help.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
One of the things I do want to let the community know is that, is everything okay out there? Okay. One of the things that I want to let the community know is that we have had great successes when it comes to cleaning up our neighborhoods. We just want to, top it off, make sure like we get spick and span, nice and bright, clean Hawthorne. But there have been successes, especially with the program that we talked about with the businesses cleaning up. The Rouse parking lot, it's a marked difference. They have people going 2 to 3 times a day cleaning up and throwing away the trash in their trash cans. Yeah. Neighborhoods such as Ramona and even Holly Park have had trash cleanups in recent years, right? And they've had Republic go in some of the trash, in some of the alleys and cleaned up. North Hawthorne has as well. So there have been occasions where there's been opportunities where the community has taken part in it, and especially that program that Mayor Pro Tem put into place. So I think this is just the next level. We have a PSA. If you could post that, Mr. City Clerk, or I'll send it to you. We have something immediate that we could put up there.
You can always pull weeds too,
But yeah, whatever it takes. Okay. Yeah. So the second item, number 26, was part of the first item, right?
Yes.
Okay. We're good?
We're good, except that there was another, there was an item.
It's on the special meeting agenda.
So are we going to go back to that because that was already,
We're still in the regular meeting.
Okay.
okay.
Through the chair, before you move on to elected officials' reports, we're waiting for the report from Shannon McMurray and Frank Feng on the fireworks locations.
Okay. Are we good, Mayor Pro Tem?
We are.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mayor. Dear Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and council members. So for 2019, fireworks participants have already selected their locations for the fireworks stand. So 11873 South Hawthorne Boulevard was selected by the VFW. So 3930 Rosecrans Avenue was selected by the Hawthorne Post American Legion. 5050 Rosecrans Avenue was selected by the Wounded Heroes of America. 5001 West El Segundo Boulevard was selected by Hawthorne Moose Lounge, 1746. 4775 West Rosecrans Avenue was selected by District 37 Little League Baseball and Softball. 2851 to 2909 West 120th Street was selected by the South Bay Universal Child Development Center. 2750 West 120th Street was selected by Monida Garden Improvement Inc. 13500 Aviation Boulevard was selected by Hawthorne LX Lennox Rotary Club. And that's all the selection.
Thank you, sir. Elected officials' reports. Mr. City Treasurer?
I don't have anything at this time, thanks.
Thank you. Mr. City Clerk?
Yeah, just a few things. One, I want to thank our police department for their efforts. They did great work under two extremely difficult circumstances. I've been receiving a lot of great just feedback from our neighbors that they just truly support what you did. Specifically, the Holly Glen Neighborhood Association, they called me yesterday and they're like, hey, we really want to do something for the officers. So they actually went out and bought a bunch of pastries and took them over to the police department. So we hope you enjoyed them. Next, I shared this information in the last meeting. We in Hawthorne are using Nextdoor, the app. So if you do not have Nextdoor as one of your apps, please go ahead and do that. I made the announcement last time. We had about 300 people added to it. So I'm saying it again. Please join Nextdoor or please tell your friends. If you have any questions about how to use Nextdoor, simply call my office and one of our interns will walk you through the process. The number is 310-349-2918. But again, at this point, we have about 7,600 people on Nextdoor as part of Hawthorne. And the next thing, I just wanted kind of going back to this, topic about trash cans. We actually had Doug Kraus. He put up a trash can for recycling in front of City Hall. So I do think that it would be good to look to see if we have enough trash cans around the city because that was just an example. I came, walking up here into City Hall. A lot of times I wanted to recycle my trash and I couldn't because we didn't have those trash cans available. So I think it's worth looking to see if compared to other cities, Manhattan Beach, Inglewood, so on and so forth, do we have a sufficient amount of trash cans available? And then we're talking about cleanups. I think, yes, getting the kids involved, but also other citizens. We have plenty of senior citizens in my neighborhood walking around the neighborhood all day getting their exercise. They might want to get involved as well. So I just think, really thinking big picture, who wants to get involved? Exercise is good, so we could pick up trash and get some exercise at the same time. Thank you.
Thank you for your feedback, and thank you for being an active disseminator of information. Thank you. Was that a fancy word or what? He's spreading the word, okay? Councilmember Tayeda.
I'm really happy to see that every month we're dedicating the month to something. This month is sexual awareness, assault awareness. And some of you know that I deal with veterans and I deal with the young ones that have been in Iraq and Afghanistan. And one of the things that very few people understand and know is that sexual trauma is a big deal that the females have to deal with. That on top of everything that they have to deal with, and they're getting blown up just like the guys are, but they're having to come back not just with PTSD but dealing with sexual trauma. So it's a big deal that's not talked about that much, and it should be talked about a little bit more. And then in terms of, I've been in some pretty heated discussions here over the years about fireworks. Should we not? Should we not? And, you look around the world, outside our borders, and look at Venezuela, look at the Middle East, look at the rest of the world, and we're pretty fortunate here. This is America's birthday. It's one day out of the year we should make a little noise. I think that's not that bad. I know you got to clean up a little bit afterwards, but it is the birthday of the greatest country on earth. And I, for one, I'm very grateful to the city for allowing us to take part in that and make a little money for our nonprofit. So I'm very grateful for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Hadar Awad.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First off, I want to thank everyone for coming out. I want to thank our police department and our chief for a tremendous job handling 2 active shootings in one city and still having it contained without any controversies. Usually a city has 1 active shooting and it's all over the news. They can't handle it. We had 2 and our police department held it down. So kudos to you and your staff, chief. Amazing job. To piggyback off the cleaning, Olivia and I had a meeting with the Marriott people next door, and they also wanted to get involved with the cleaning. Didn't they mention that they'll also have they'll have the people come over and they'll have breakfast there if they had if we get a group of people to come out to clean. So they'll help organize it as well. So maybe we can use the Marriott for the adults and then use you for the kids, and then just combine.
Yeah.
Then you do some damage.
Yeah, we're gonna have a planning committee meeting.
And that's it. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Monteiro.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Again, I have to say that, we have one of the finest police department in the nation. And we know that, from the coffee with the cup and everything. So it's no brainer that the chief and his department did outstanding job on Sunday. And we appreciate every second, every moment of your guys' life you put in front of those situations for us. And that is where, when I found out that one of our officers was injured, I rushed to the Harbor UCLA and went to visit Officer Gomez and his wife. So just to show that, we support them, that we there for all of you. And your bravery is very commended. So thank you for all everything you guys do for us and to keep us safe. And like you said, 2 shootings in less than 8 hours. It was a tremendous force. So thank you for all you guys do and continue to do for us. Thank you. Again, thank you, Holly Park Homeowner Association. A great meeting, and especially the Little League have some issues over there, so the chief is already on top of that. So that is the way our police is very active. So they're talking with the coach over there. So, and I stopped by to visit to see how things were going on that Saturday. After the eucalyptus Easter egg hunt from the North Hawthorne, thank you. So well done. There was a lot of kids there, and they had a lot of fun. The other thing that I want to just briefly talk to you guys about, because remember that I'm a delegate for the Clean Power Alliance. Some of you have received those emails from the new electric company, right? CPA, they call it. And you're going to see some rebates coming up on your bill. That they call it the Clean Climate, free carbon, about maybe $32 on your bill discount, so a month. So you're going to start seeing, because the Clean Power Alliance by from 2020, they will save almost $1 million in our bills, okay? Because, for example, Hawthorne, we have already 30,000 people sign up for that Clean Power Alliance. So this means it's energy renewal. It's not dirty power. So it's clean power that's coming to your house. So you will have some credit on that. And now they're trying to outreach to all the commercial and business. So you're going to see more. And right now, they have 1 million customers, and 30 cities is part of that alliance, and with 2 counties, LA County and Ventura County. So they're doing a tremendous job out there. So just keep looking for those and keep looking at your bill, because Edison is trying to pass some costs of like $800 million that they didn't collect last year. So they're trying to pass along through those bills. So keep eye on your bill, okay? Just a quick reminder, on Saturday is the Earth Day celebration, the Bonnie Breakfast, and the Providers Fair, all at the Memorial Park. And the events start at 9 a.m. They go from 9 to 1 p.m. And the same time as you heard Kyle talk about the veterans event is going to be inside at the Venus and the Sunroom. And all these other events, the Bonnie Breakfast, the Earth Day, and the Providers Fair is going to be outside at the park. So the Kiwanis is cooking breakfast. So, you pay $5, you got the breakfast, plus you have the kids can ride the carnivals type. And then at lunch time, we have some lunch for you. So come up, enjoy the day. And again, remember that the Volunteer Appreciation Day is on April 28th at 2 p.m. at Memorial Center. And I have already received 247 nominees. So it's going to be a great event. Just for those of you who come to invite us for the Easter and also the breakfast, the chamber mixer, I'm going to be out of town from April 17th to the 22nd. So I'm going to go to Tampa to visit my brother and one of my cousins that's coming from Portugal. So I'm not going to be able to go to some of the events from the 18th to the 22nd. That is Easter Sunday. So happy Easter and be safe out there.
Thank you, sir. Mayor Pro Tem Valentine?
I do have a report from the League of California Cities. Now, that was supposed to be on the special agenda. Is it? Do I have to wait now?
Yes.
Guess what?
Yes, you wait.
I'll have to wait till next time.
No, the special meeting is following this meeting.
Okay, well then I'll wait until then.
Audience members, please. Please.
But I do want to commend the police department for their tremendous response on Sunday to the 2 shooter incidents. We're always very proud of our police department for their community involvement and deep commitment to the city of Hawthorne, and this was no exception. So we send you our prayers and best wishes for the speedy recovery of the officer involved. Thank you again. And that's all I have for right now.
Mayor, I'd like to go back and thank the police also, because that was amazing, and you make us proud. That's it. I don't want a big long speech. You make us proud. Thank you.
Thank you. You guys, everybody good with the go backs though? Okay, so I also want to chime in and thank our police department. Thank you, Chief Mike Ishii, for a wonderful job, and for the staff for what you guys did to be able to hold it down, to keep us protected, to making sure that this didn't get out of hand, these incidents that took place, and you protected our residents very well. Thank you to the men and the women of the Hawthorne Police Department for what you did. Your sacrifice is eternally, we're grateful for it. Thank you so much. And also, we also want to mention, and we want to thank our neighboring cities. I don't know, I think anybody mentioned that. There was a tremendous mutual aid from the police department, local police departments. I literally saw Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, Inglewood, Gardena, Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach. The sheriffs were here. El Segundo, everybody. I mean, I just literally went down Inglewood Avenue and I saw them like doing the perimeter all around Ramona. I mean, so we want to thank them also. If you could send like maybe a distribution email to them on my behalf, we'll figure out how to get some, thank them. So thanks to those police departments for coming to our aid. And I also visited Officer Gomez at Harbor, hospital, and my God, the guy was in pain, but well attended. His family was there, friends, police officer friends, etc. And just on the behalf of the city, I told him that we thank him for his sacrifice and that we wish him well, and we hope that he recovers fully. And we'll come back to work because that's ultimately what they want to do. They want to come back and continue with what they're doing. So we want to make sure that with our prayers and obviously the doctors that are going to be looking after him, that he's able to come back very soon. Okay? North Hawthorne, I want to congratulate North Hawthorne as well for the Easter egg hunt that you guys have. It's been growing year after year. I think this is the 4th or 5th egg hunt. And members of the city council were there, and we were able to, enjoy, see all the kids running around, having fun, smiling. So it was really good. It was good to see members from other communities, parts of of Hawthorne, attending as well. And this Saturday is going to be action-packed. I think Councilmember Montero already mentioned there's 3 events: the Bunny Breakfast, the Earth Day, Service Provider Fair, the Veterans Event, all taking place in one spot. So we hope you guys can attend and take advantage of all the wonderful things we have. We have a lot of social activities, a lot of informational activities here in the city of Hawthorne. We all, huh? There's door prizes as well at these events.
Bicycles, microwaves.
Yeah, so once you're there, there's going to be door prizes there. You know, is there going to be?
Yes.
And there's food.
Free lunch. Free
Ronnie,
lunch.
free lunch, Ronnie. We know you. Okay. I want to thank Ronnie Manson also. We visited the little shrine that was starting to form in front of the lobby at the police station yesterday. And I want to thank Ronnie for being able to always step in and be able to help out watching over the different areas when there's something that needs to be watched over. The form of a security guard that he is. So I want to thank you, Ronnie, for your service on that. Okay, you kind of go unrecognized, but I saw you when I was there with my mom and my sister. Yeah. But thank you so much. I appreciate it, okay? The community appreciates it. We see you all over the place, but nobody really says anything, but thank you. Okay, anybody else? Anything? Okay. This meeting, I want to close it. We have another meeting, folks, right after that. It's going to be quick. And I don't think we even have to do the 5-minute delay, do we? Oh, my God. Okay. All right. Okay. So I want to close the meeting in honor of Father Eugene Burr from St. Joseph's Church. Was born on November 21st, 1925, and passed away on March 31st, 2019. Father Eugene Burr died on March 31st, 2019. The Sunday of Joy, it's called in the Catholic Church, in the Christian churches. He was born in Los Angeles on November 21, 1925, to Edwin and Emma Burr, and grew up with his brothers Edwin, Don, and Ken in St. Cecilia's Parish. He has 9 nieces and nephews. For 93 amazing years, Father Gene was a joyful presence to all of those who knew and loved him. We remember him as attentive, caring, and generous, humorous, and playful. He loved being a parish priest and cherished the many people he came to know. Father Gene was especially devoted to social justice issues, participating in actions to further peace and justice. He sought out those in need in his own parishes and in the larger community, responding to family problems, the homeless, the incarcerated, and people on Skid Row. He went and visited the different American Indian tribes in the area and went to preach, to offer social service to them. He also volunteered in some of the labor disputes to protect our hotel workers, because in the city of Hawthorne and Lenox and Inglewood, there's many people who work in the hotel industry in the LAX. So he also stood by them in these efforts. He's dearly loved by his family. He created great memories at Lake Arrowhead, Snow Summit, the ocean, and holiday visits with the family. The parish at St. Joseph is forever grateful for his service. The church was packed at the viewing on, what was it, like a couple days ago? And yes, today we had the funeral mass tons of people were there. The bishop, the archbishop from the archdiocese was there. So we want to close this meeting in his honor. Right? The meeting is now adjourned.